welcome to Introduction to APA 7th edition. This is for individuals who are writing an APA essay for the first time, or you need a quick refresh on what 7th edition entails. In this video, we'll be going over an introduction to APA formatting, as well as some tips and advice as you're navigating your essay. So firstly, what is APA style? Well, APA stands for American Psychological Association, and it's the gold standard for academic writing. It's the primary writing style guide for social sciences, psychology, and related fields. It ensures consistency and clarity in scholarly communication worldwide, and it's currently in its 7th edition, which was released in 2019. It's used by students, researchers, and professionals globally, as well as it promotes ethical writing and proper attribution of sources. Now, let's go over basic paper formatting, getting started. Firstly, 1-inch margins on all sides for clean, professional appearance. Second, double-spaced text throughout the entire document, and that includes your references section. 12-point Times New Roman font or similar fonts like Georgia or Calibri. Page numbers in the top right header, starting from title. Next is running head only required for professional papers, not student papers. This is a change from the 6th to the 7th edition. Unless you're writing a professional paper, you do not need to include a running head. The page number at the top right will suffice. As well, finally, left aligned text with first line indent for paragraphs, 0.5 inches. Okay, let's talk about the title page elements, making a strong first impression. You have the paper title, which is bold, centered, 3 to 4 lines down from the top about the center. Authors' names, double-spaced below the title. Institutional affiliation, so the university name. The course name and number. The instructor's name and title, as well as the due date in your region's format. The page number is in the header at the top right. Student papers do not need a running head, and professional papers include a shortened title in header. All right, let's look at abstract guidelines, your paper's preview. So an abstract for student essays is not a requirement unless it is requested by your professor or your instructor. But if they do request one, this is what an abstract looks like. It's 150 to 250 words summarizing your entire paper. It's written after completing your paper. It includes research problem, methods, results, and conclusions. Keywords listed below the abstract, and they're indented as well as alphabetical. As mentioned, it's not required for student papers unless your instructor or professor specifically requires it. If they do not mention it, then you do not need to include an abstract. No indentation, single paragraph format. It's located on page 2 of your essay. So you have your title page is page 1, page 2 is your abstract. It should be concise yet informative, and you should avoid citations unless absolutely necessary. In-text citations, your basics, crediting your sources. You have your author date citation system for clarity. So your basic format is the author, last name of the author, and the year. Direct quotes include the author, the year, and the page number, or for multiple pages, you have PP dot, and then your page numbers to and from. You have multiple authors. When you have multiple authors, use and for 2, and et al., which means and company, for 3 or more. That's a change from the 6. Whenever there's 3 or more authors, you're going to use et al. So no first names in the citations. It includes page numbers for direct quotes. For paraphrasing, page numbers are encouraged but not required. Citations go before final punctuation and sentence, and integrate citations smoothly into your writing. In-text citations, some special cases. Organization as author in the first bullet point. Write full name, first time with acronym. For example, you've got the World Health Organization. In those brackets, you could simplify it to WHO, comma, 2023, and then the parentheses. Then going forward, it can be parentheses, WHO, comma, 2023, parentheses. When there's no author, use the shortened title in quotes and year. When there's multiple works, separate with semicolons and in alphabetical order. Secondary sources, as cited in, use this sparingly. Personal communication includes initials and full date, not in references. Legal citations have special formats. Classic works may not need the year. And social media posts includes author and year. Your reference list, general format, building your bibliography. It begins on a new page after conclusion. Title references centered at the top, bold. Double-spaced entries throughout. Hanging indent format, first line flush left, subsequent lines indented. Alphabetical order by author's last name. DOIs presented as hyperlinks. URLs without retrieve from. That's important. URLs without retrieve from. Maintain consistent formatting throughout and no extra spaces between references. Your reference list, books, a detailed guide. So your basic format includes the author, then comma, like for example, a dot, and then year, period. Then the title is in italics, and then you have the publisher. Include the DOI if it is available, as what it is listed on your screen here, the HTTPS link. Edition numbers placed after title in parentheses. You'll have multiple authors listed in same order as work. City no longer required unless it's essential. Edited books need parentheses ed dot parentheses or parentheses eds dot parentheses. The chapter in the edited book needs chapter author and book editor. Ebooks include format in square brackets if relevant. And the audiobooks specify audiobook after the title. Reference list, journal articles, complete instructions. The format would look like the author, comma, a dot, the year. Then you'll have the article title, journal name in italics, comma, the volume, and then the issue in parentheses, comma, pages, period. The DOI or URL required for electronic articles. No retrieve from unless content may change. Issue number always required. The journal title and volume number is in italics. Maintain exact spelling and punctuation of article title. Include all authors up to 20. For 21 plus authors, list first 19 and then the last author. Online first articles use advanced online publication format. Heading structure, organizing your paper. Level 1 is centered, bold, and title case. This is used for main sections like your introduction, your method, and your results. Level 2 is left aligned, bold, and title case. And these include major subsections within level 1. Level 3 is left aligned, bold, italic, and title case, which would include subsections within level 2. Level 4 is indented, bold, title case, and ends with period. Paragraph begins on the same line. Level 5 would include indented, bold italic, title case, and ends with a period. The paragraph begins on the same line. So never skip levels. Don't go from 1 to 3. used consistently throughout the paper. Tables and figures, visual representations. Firstly, numbered consecutively in order of appearance, clear descriptive titles above tables, below figures, notes below if needed, so general, specific, probability, must be cited in text before they appear, a consistent formatting throughout document. The tables, there's no vertical lines and limited horizontal lines. The figures need high resolution, clear labels, and color used only when necessary. Include legends when needed and accessible to colorblind readers. Writing style guidelines, professional communication. Use clear, concise language without jargon. Active voice preferred for engagement. Present tense for known facts and general truths. Past tense for specific studies and results. Please avoid biased language in all forms. Use inclusive language. First person is allowed, but use it sparingly. Avoid emotional or dramatic language and maintain professional tone throughout. Numbers and statistics, precision in reporting. Numbers 10 and above are written as numerals. Numbers below 10 are spelled out. Some exceptions include measurements, time, age, scores, and points on scale. Use symbols with numbers. Round to 2 decimal places unless precision is needed. Use leading zeros for statistics, so 0.05, not 0.05. Include effect sizes and confidence intervals. Report exact p-values and use proper statistical abbreviations. Here are some common mistakes to avoid, a prevention guide. So incorrect header formatting or missing elements, missing or incorrect running head. So again, going from professional versus a student paper, you do not need the running head. Okay. Improper citation format, especially at all usage. Inconsistent reference formatting, poor paragraph organization, misuse of quotation marks, incorrect placement of punctuation with citations, improper use of headings, inconsistent spacing, and missing page numbers, again at the top right of your page. Research paper structure, a comprehensive overview to include title page, student or professional version, an abstract if it's required, an introduction, so the problem, purpose, hypothesis, a literature review, comprehensive background, method, which includes participants, materials, procedures, your results, so the statistical analyses and findings, a discussion, the interpretation, limitations, and the conclusion would include implications as well as future research. Then you have your references section on its own page, and then appendices if needed. Here are some tips for success. Start your reference list while writing to save time. Use APA-style website for current guidelines. Create a template for future papers. Peer review for formatting and content. Check university-specific requirements. Keep detailed notes while researching. Schedule time for formatting. Use checklists for final review. Save multiple backup copies and begin citations from day one. Digital tools and resources, some technology support. You have the official APA-style website, apastyle.apa.org, citation management software such as Zotero and Mendeley. You have university writing centers and tutorials. Make sure to check those out with your respective university. At my college, we have outstanding librarians and individuals who help out with your references section as well as in-text citations, and they do an absolutely incredible job. Online style checkers and formatters, APA style blog for specific questions, reference management tools, grammar checking software, plagiarism detection tools, academic writing workshops, and online APA formatting templates. Recent changes in 7th edition to summarize. So you have a simplified student paper format. You have updated bias-free language guidelines, more flexibility in font choices, updated guidelines for DOIs and URLs, streamlined reference formats, expanded student title page guidelines, new guidelines for inclusive language, updated mechanical reference format, a simplified heading format, and finally, new guidelines for annotated bibliographies. Some final tips and best practices to close us out. Review your paper multiple times with breaks between. Focus on consistency throughout your document. Keep APA manual or online guide accessible. Seek feedback early in the writing process. Start formatting from day one of writing. Build in extra time for formatting. Create a personal APA checklist. Save examples of well-formatted papers. Join writing groups for support. And schedule regular Writing Center consultations. This is going to conclude an introduction to APA formatted writing in accordance with the 7th edition APA manual. I hope you found it beneficial. If you need additional support, feel free to reach out to me if you are a student of mine or if you're viewing this on YouTube, write in the comments. I hope you have a good rest of your day and take care. Bye-bye.